Hey guys, it's Christina. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do an update. So, the original plan for my channel was to do tech, video games, and bookish type stuff. From what it's coming off as is I'm doing a lot of bookish stuff, but not enough of the video game and tech related things. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to do separate channel with my tech and video game-ish stuff. And here's why. So I have been really looking at how YouTube's algorithm works, and from what I can see is that when I get subscribers and they like certain videos, they are more gravitated towards those videos. And if I start mixing in other elements that they may not be accustomed to, that will throw off the YouTube algorithm. So, and I really want to make sure that it's like clear and concise of what I'm doing on the channel. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to create another channel with another email address and everything, because it doesn't really look like that you can do multiple channels with the same email address. And it makes sense. If you are interested in my video game and tech related stuff, which would be within, in my opinion, it would be the same niche, if you will, then I will put a link in the description below for that particular channel. Going forward, this one will be just bookish related items. And then the other channel will be the video game and tech related video content. Now, that does come up as how am I going to balance two channels? So here's how I'm probably going to do it. So I'm going to stick with doing this schedule of Thursday and Saturday for posting the bookish channel. I may mix in like a Tuesday or a Monday. I'm just going to see how that goes. I think what I'm going to end up doing, and this is just like so that everyone knows going forward what's going to happen on my channel. I promise after this segment, there is going to be another section related to bookish stuff. I think what I'm going to end up doing going forward is doing Thursday, Saturday, and possibly Tuesday for the bookish channel. The tech and video game portion, I'm going to do Friday and Sunday, and then possibly Wednesday for the video game and tech stuff. What I think I'm going to end up doing for the video game portion is doing a lot of gameplay and review. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is a few walkthrough videos as well. And then also like, recommendations and just talking about games. Whereas with the tech side of it, I think I'm going to end up doing tutorial series, how to do this, how to do that. So a lot of tutorials and a lot of like education. I feel like I can really bring a lot to the table when it comes to the tech related stuff, and I don't want it to get like clashed and merged with my passion with the bookish community as well. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Stay tuned for the link. It will more than likely be in this description. I am starting a Discord channel for both the bookish community and for the tech and video game related community. I know it's going to take time to build up, but at least we'll have like a platform to talk to one another. I know we could talk in the comments and everything, but I personally like, real-time like conversation, and I have it on my tablet and my iPhone, so I'll be able to talk a little bit more often than trying to hop on YouTube and respond to comments and whatnot. Not saying I won't do that, but yeah. So stay tuned for the rest of this video, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, and I hope that everyone's okay with that. I think it's very early, and it's a good change, like, upon what I initially had ideas on, so I feel like it's a lot more concrete, and I feel very good about this decision. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I have some very exciting news, and I really wanted to share with all of you guys. So this is going to be kind of like a haul / like how I got a hold of these advanced readers copies. I have been hearing all about ARCs. So ARCs are advanced readers copies of books. I love to like read something before it's all hyped up. I came across this website called Eldawise, I believe it's called, eldawise.plus. So originally that website was intended for bookstores to get like copies of the book and then put it up on their shelves to resell and everything. And I also like look on Ingram, I believe it's called Ingram, but with becoming like an indie author myself, and I'm not anywhere close to having a finished product yet, but I started looking into self-publication and things like that, and I came across like websites like, Ingram and things like that. Some of these books haven't even been released out yet, and I came across Eldawise last night, and I noticed after filling everything out, it's a free account and everything, and I mentioned that I'm a vlogger, and I mentioned that, I have a pretty decent following on Instagram and on Facebook, and I had started requesting for advanced readers copies of some of the books that I'm really, really interested in. And I will probably do another video on highly anticipated books for 2021, but lucky me ended up getting almost 4 copies of advanced readers copies, obviously digitally. But I ended up getting a copy of 4 books that are not going to be released out until 2021. And I'm really excited about some of these books because they're authors that I have never even heard of. But the great thing is I'm able to expand a little bit, and they're all within the fantasy and science fiction genre. So I'm like super excited. I also noticed too that Charlie Jane Anders is coming out with another book in April of 2021. And oh my gosh. So they're claiming that it is a mix between Star Wars and Doctor Who. And if you know me, I'm like a geek when it comes to like Star Wars and Harry Potter and all things like, like science fiction and fantasy and things like that. So when I was reading the synopsis of this, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta have this book. I'm hoping, crossing fingers, I can get a hold of a copy, but the other 4 books that I was able to get a hold of, I got really excited because I'm just ecstatic that I was able to get a hold of them. So literally said like, in exchange for a review, like we will give you like the Kindle version of this, like, and then had me go through this whole like prompt of like entering in the Kindle email address and everything, and within like a couple of minutes it was like downloaded onto my Kindle account. I'm just gonna go through them really quick, just the title and the authors. The first book that I was able to get a hold of was called The Turning Point by Julia Ash. It's the Eli Chronicles. The next one is Serpent Daughter, a witchy eye novel by DJ Butler. That one is like science fiction, I believe it's like fantasy actually, now that I think about it. I was able to get a hold of The Jupiter Knife, which that one's by DJ Butler and Aaron Michael Ricci. This one sounded interesting because it was like a historical fiction fantasy. I don't know, like I think maybe it had a similar vibe to The Diviners. Oh, I guess they're like describing it as it's like Jim Butcher crossed with Grapes of Wrath. Ooh, that's interesting. I was also able to get a hold of Firefanged. That one is by Rory Sertain. Yeah. The next book that I was able to get a hold of was the Liar's Guide to the Night Sky by Brianna R. Shruman. Shrum. Sorry. So there's that one. And then I think there was one more. The End of the World is Bigger Than Love. Vina Bell is the author of that one. So a little bit of a variety, but now I have like additional books to add because I need to do a review for each of these because that was the exchange. Yeah, I mean, the fact that I was able to get a hold of those books is amazing. Another resource that I've been getting quite a substantial amount of books is from BookBub. If you are not subscribed to BookBub, you totally need to jump on board with this because I've been able to get some very decent science fiction, fantasy. I believe they even have horror and thriller books on there too. They may have historical fiction and contemporary, but I'll have to double check that. But there was like a series of like prompts like that you have to like go through in order to sign up. You enter in your email address and then they ask you for the genres that you're interested in. They send you daily listings of what you can get as like an ebook, either for free or severely discounted. I've been able to get like over 100 books so far for free, some of which are complete series. Haven't read any of them yet, but the fact that I was able to get a hold of a free book is awesome. You know, like some of the authors on there, they're rated pretty high. Like, again, haven't heard of any of these authors, but I like to like dabble in variety. I don't want to just go with what is hyped up on YouTube right now. I want to be able to read a plethora of books and authors and everything. And I really do want to give like debut, like indie authors a chance, because as I'm writing my book and everything, I'm realizing like how much work has to be put in. When you have like an author that's willing to put their love and everything into their story and publish it, I definitely feel it deserves some kind of time and, you know, attention, if you will. So now there may be some books that I probably just absolutely hate. There's some that, you know, may just completely, I would have to DNF them because I'm just totally not interested in that. I try not to DNF just because I try really hard to just look at books that I'm so like absolutely interested in before I even pick them up. I make sure that it's something that I'm totally going to be interested in. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of spending time and money and effort into reading something if I'm not interested in it? So, and I know plenty of people that probably feel the same about that. So, but yeah, Eldawise.plus, very great resource if you're trying to get a hold of like advanced readers copies. I know NetGalley is another one. I haven't had any luck with obtaining like advanced readers copies on there yet. Editing Christina here. Actually, correction. I just got 3 more books on NetGalley as advanced readers copies. So, I don't know how this is all happening at once, but it's overwhelming, and I'm excited because I truly wanted to be able to take this as a hobby and really turn it into something where I can really enjoy what I'm doing and really provide insight for authors and readers that are interested in books. So I'm like just super excited and super pumped to like, you know, read these advanced readers copies and give a full review to the publishers. I'm forever thankful to the publishers that are putting their trust in me to give them solid feedback on these books. So I know I'm not going to let them down because I'm taking this very seriously and just so excited. Actual physical books, I've been having amazing luck at Goodwill. I've been going to like different multiple locations, and I go in like at least once a week to each of the locations, and I kind of see what they have. The other week, I was able to obtain, I think, like 7 books for like 50 cents to $1 each, which one of them is actually a hardcover. Actually, let me go grab them and I will show you guys because I think it's worth showing right now. So give me 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back. So the physical book, first one that I was able to get a physical copy on is actually from an exchange because I was unhauling a significant amount of nonfiction books, and I just knew that I was just completely done with those books, so I just like wanted to share the love and get them off my shelf because I knew they were just collecting dust. So, in the midst of exchanging one of my books, I was able to obtain this hard copy version for free of the Bren Brown Dare to Lead. So, I got this for free from a book exchange on Facebook Marketplace. Can you believe like how many discounted books are actually on Facebook Marketplace? Some of which will actually ship to you. If I had more money to work with, I would totally do it, but unfortunately, I don't have that money right now. Just very thankful for the young lady that was able to exchange this book for me. So these next books all came from Goodwill, and I was able to snag the paperbacks for 50 cents each and the hardcover for $1. I cannot believe how much of a steal I was able to get some of these books, because some of these books, I think like the original price were like $16 to $25. I'll double check, but the first one that I was able to obtain, and this one is originally $10.99, is Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I heard really cute things about this book. I hear that it is like a juvenile to middle grade book, and I was very intrigued by it, and my daughter was with me, and I thought, hey, I think this might be a good book that we can eventually like read through and stuff on the weekends and whatnot when she's here. So I was able to get this one from Goodwill for 50 cents. I got the second installment of the Inkheart series, Ink Spell by Cornelia Funk. This one too was $10.99 originally, and I got it for 50 cents. So I was pretty excited about that. And the quality, like, I mean, it's a little tattered. I mean, some of the ooh, that's pretty. You know, like little fairy demons or whatever, pixies. I don't know, but I'm really excited about this one because you know, these books are in really great shape, and the fact that I only paid like 50 cents for them, I was like, hey. So I've been on this like hit of trying to grab more books from Goodwill, but I've been really refraining from going to bookstores and stuff like that right now, just because I don't want to, like, the holidays are coming up and everything, and I have like a whole like shelf still devoted to like books that I need to get through. So I'm trying not to add too many extras into the mix, because then I'll be like, oh, look at the kitty moment, I want to look at this. But I did end up obtaining like the third installment of the Inkheart series, Ink Death by Cornelia Funk. This is a hardcover, and I was like super excited because like this is like $25 usually in US for the original, and I was able to get this for $1. So, and it's in great shape. Like none of the pages are really like bent, and the dust jacket is in decent shape. I mean, there's like a little tear at the bottom here. The spine is in really great shape too. So I think I might do like a fantasy fairy tale like readathon, and probably read these 3 books. Usually with kids books, I read through them fairly quick. I feel very accomplished after reading kids books. You know those annoying like spammers and stuff? Like, I've been getting tons of calls from them. I just had one guy like claim to be a special officer of the Social Security Bureau trying to collect money from me, and I'm like, bro, no. I ended up reporting his ass. But he was not expecting that phone call to go the way it planned. But that's what you do when you try to, you know, trick a software engineer, tech background-ish person. But whatever. Anyways, onward. I was really excited about this one because I was really, really wanting to get a physical copy of this whole series, including the prequel to this series, and I was able to manage to get the prequel for The Lord of the Rings, called The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I've read this book and I absolutely love this book. I love The Lord of the Rings. It's been pretty loved, but I absolutely love used books. I just think a book is a book to me. It doesn't have to be brand new for me to read it. I mean, I get books all the time from the library when they are open and they aren't under COVID restrictions. So, and multiple people like touch those books on a daily basis. So I was really excited that I got this one for 50 cents, originally $8 book. And this is the prequel to The Lord of the Rings, called The Hobbit. I absolutely love the movies, and actually the newer ones too, but I'm so looking forward to like having the opportunity to find the Lord of the Rings actual series, like the Fellowship, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. I at least have a copy of this one, so we're on a roll. And then I do have the Cimmerian, which I will sadly admit I've only gotten a quarter way through that book, but it's also because of the fact that I keep getting distracted, and I've been trying to read that book for several years. So, but at least I got this. I can read the Cimmerian and this at least in the interim. But believe it or not, I've been kind of wanting to get into more classics. I came across this book on the shelf. It was pretty much brand new. It never even really touched. But I ended up obtaining a copy of Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I've never really been a fan of like romance novels and things like that. And I've read in the past Jane Austen, and I was not a fan, but I'm slowly but surely wanting to try and give it a second chance and really give it a whirl. But I was able to get a hold of this one for 50 cents, and I was really excited because it's pretty much brand new, barely worn, barely, like the spine is in great shape. There's some water damage to some of the pages, but I was really excited because I really didn't want to pay full price for the books. And I know that I came across in my reading vlog the complete works of Jane Austen in hardcover for $14.99. But the fact that I've already been able to get a hold of Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility, I feel like I'm already on a roll to like being well under that $14.99. So, because I only paid 50 cents for this, and then I paid, I think it was like $4 or something for the Pride and Prejudice, but I got it on bargain at Books A Million. I don't think I've ever done a haul on this, but you know, I think I may do more of those in the future as I find discounted books and let you guys know where I find them and stuff. So I love sharing the love. So, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. This one, I think the protagonist is more of an introvert, because I was like watching one video. I can't remember if it was Murphy or if it was another one that I watch, but whoever it was, the booktuber, if I find like who the booktuber is, I'll leave a description to their video below. But they were really going in depth on like how like some of the protagonists are introvert versus extroverted, and then like which ones they would suggest to like read first if you're, you know, you're into more of the introvert versus extrovert. The final book that I was able to get a hold of, and I've read this book in the past. I used to have a copy. Unfortunately, with my multiple moves and everything else, I unfortunately lost that copy, but fabulous book. I absolutely love this book and have been wanting to reread it because I love like circusy vibe, carnival vibe, like type books, especially set in like a 1920s and early era like setting. But this one is Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. Very, very lovely book. It gives me a lot of vibes of like The Greatest Showman, and then it kind of gives me vibes of like the Night Circus. But yeah, this book I was able to get for 50 cents. Practically new. It's got some like markings and stuff, but I mean, I'd say like I did really well with like what I was able to obtain. Less than $6 for all these books, so I'd say I did pretty well for myself. So the fact that I can get physical like actual print copy books for cheap is amazing. So. And then, you know, obviously I'm keep getting my ebooks and stuff for free through BookBub and everything, but I think I might do a haul for like the digital books that I get. I think it's fun because obviously, you know, I'm getting actual copies of those books. It's just not like a rental or whatever. So I think it would be fun to like kind of feature some of those as well, but that would probably be a very, very long video just because I do get quite a few books through BookBub and through other resources for free. But yeah, I think that's it for this video for right now. I really do hope that you guys are enjoying my content. I know like these beginning videos are probably going to be rough. I'm just trying to get into the groove of what I love to do and like what I want to talk about on the channel and everything. So, but again, slow and steady wins the race. I'm very much enjoying like creating these videos and posting them and everything, and then whoever does watch them, I'm very thankful for your support on the channel. But if you know anybody that is interested in bookish type videos and you want to refer them to my channel, I would love to have them on board as well. And you know, like I'm just so thankful for being able to interact with people and just make some new virtual friends. So, but yeah, keep an eye out for the Discord channel for the bookish community. And then I'll be on the lookout for my link to the video game and tech related videos if you're interested in that. Like I said, I just want to keep it separated and just want to keep, you know, a distinct like niche, if you will, when it comes to my channel. It'll be a little rocky at first with the scheduling and the editing and everything, but I think once I get into a groove, it'll work out great. So, all right, guys, well, take care, and I hope that you all are doing well. And until next time, later.